Hello YouTube and welcome to episode number 9. In this video I'm going to take a B2 essay and up-level it to a C1 level and beyond. I'm going to begin by reading the original B2 essay, Working from Home. Since the pandemic, many people are now working from home. However, this is a controversial topic and caused a lot of debate. Here are 3 benefits of working from home. Firstly, if employees are allowed to work at home, it means that they can make their personal commitments. For example, parents can take their infants to school and dog owners can bring out their dogs. These benefits can make employees more happy and so more productive. Secondly, if employees are ill, they can work from home instead of not going to work. This means missed days due to staff illness be reduced. This is a huge benefit for businesses because it means at least people are working instead of being away from work. Finally, if more people are working from home, there will be less traffic. This is better for the environment. Also, there will be less people using public transport, so there is more space for people who really use it. In summary, working from home has many positives for the employee and employer, although of course not everyone is a fan. However, it is clear that some form of work from home is the new normal. So now I'm going to talk about the mistakes and talk about how I can edit this and take it to a higher level. Firstly, the title. This is all about the advantages or the benefits of working from home. So I'm going to call it The Benefits of Home. A simple title. So, since the pandemic, many people are now working from home. Absolutely grammatically correct, but I'm just going to make it a little bit more impressive. In the aftermath of the global pandemic. So the word aftermath, absolutely fantastic high level word. Whenever there's been some sort of disaster, what happens after, we call it the aftermath. Many people are now working from home. I'm going to say many of us now work from home. Now the thing is, lots of people, they don't work all the time at home. So I'm going to add in an adverbial, at least some of the time. So we've got here a fronted adverbial, we've got an adverbial at the end. However, this is a controversial topic and caused a lot of debate. Well, first of all, you would say and has caused a lot of debate. So I'm going to keep however, and then I'm going to use this expression. This shift away from. A shift away from is a move away from something. However, this shift away from office-based work. Now, the word controversial, it's an adjective, that's great. That is definitely a good word to use. I'm going to show you a more unusual synonym. Contentious. So, however, this shift away from office-based work is contentious. So look how I changed that. However, this is a controversial topic. And then it says, and has caused a lot of debate. I have a fantastic expression. It's to ignite debate. Usually to ignite something means to set it on fire. But there is a collocation to ignite a debate, to ignite a fierce debate. Igniting fierce debate. Great expression there. And then we have, here are 3 benefits of working from home. Hopefully you spotted that is off. The writer did mean of, very common mistake. In this essay, I outline, now I've used benefits in the title, so let's use a synonym, advantages of the, and then it says of working from home, of the work from home revolution. We can use revolution when there's been a huge change in society. That's different from the original meaning of the word, but you can use it in this way as well. Our second paragraph begins with firstly, and I'm going to keep that. Firstly, if employees are allowed to work at home, it means they can make their personal commitments. I would not use the verb make. Maybe you would say meet their personal commitments. To meet a personal commitment, it means to be able to carry out something which you have committed to, something you've promised to. I'm going to change this slightly. I'm going to say, if employees enjoy the option of working from home, they can actually, instead of meet, I've got an even better word, fulfill their personal commitments. So let's just say personal commitments. And I'm going to use this expression, with greater ease. If you do something with greater ease, it means you do it more easily. So firstly, if employees enjoy the option of working from home, they can fulfill personal commitments with greater ease. And then we have some examples. For example, parents can take their infants to school. So this is an interesting, well, I say mistake. Technically, it's not a mistake. However, in English, infants means very young children. I think this writer was trying to say children. So unless they're talking about young children, up to about 6 years old, we would say children. So we're going to change the word infants. For example, parents can take their infants to school and dog owners can bring out their dogs. This is an incorrect usage and I'll show you how I would say that. For example, parents can do, and we call this in English, I don't know about America, but definitely in Britain, the school run. To do the school run means when parents take their children to school. So you might say, I'm going to start work at 10 o'clock on Friday because I'm doing the school run. It means I'm taking my children to school. For example, parents can do the school run, and then I'm going to say dog lovers can, now the expression is to walk the dog. If I say I am going to walk my dog, it means I'm going to take my dog out and take it around the streets. So the verb is to walk. It's a transitive verb in this example. And dog lovers can walk their beloved. So I'm playing with words here. I'm using a very formal word, canines, but it makes perfect sense in this sentence. And can walk their beloved canines. So these benefits can make employees more happy and so more productive. So let's use as a result. As a result, employees, let's say more happy, let's say are more content. And instead of saying more happy and so more productive, and therefore exhibit greater levels of productivity. So if you look how I've changed that, I've said, and they are so more productive, I've said they exhibit greater levels of productivity. To exhibit means to show. I've noticed something as well. Instead of more happy, we would say happier. So I recommend you just pause this and take a look at the first version and the second version and see how I have spent some time reading it to see how I have improved it. In fact, I recommend you do that throughout all of this video. Let's keep secondly. If employees are ill, they can work from home instead of not going to work. Grammatically fine, but we can make it more complex. If employees, how about if an employee? If an employee, and then listen to this expression, falls ill. To fall ill means to become ill. If an employee falls ill, comma, this is a subordinate clause, so we need a comma after it, they can, and then it says work from home. I'm going to say elect. Elect is a high-level verb which means to choose. They can elect to work from home, and then we have instead of, I'm going to say rather than. Two synonyms, instead of, rather than. Rather than is high level and more sophisticated. Rather than calling in sick. This is a phrasal verb or an idiom, to call in sick. To call in sick means when you phone your boss and you say, I'm not coming today, I am ill. Now, the next sentence. This means missed days due to staff illness can be reduced. This is a huge benefit for businesses because it means at least people are working instead of being away from work. I'm going to combine these together to create a new, more advanced sentence. This presents a huge benefit for companies because work produced at home, and I'm going to put a bit of humour into this, with a cough or cold is better than no work at all. And that's what this writer wants to say. If an employee can work from home, when they're poorly, they're still going to do some work. And actually, I'm going to add in something that I think is going to sound really, really good. After because, I'm going to put after all. This presents a huge benefit for companies because, after all, work produced at home with a cough or cold is better than no work at all. I'm going to keep finally. If more people are working from home, there will be less traffic. More working at home results in less, let's say, traffic congestion. Now, you may have heard the English expression, a traffic jam. A traffic jam is when there are lots of cars and none of them are moving and you're stuck in your car. Traffic congestion is a more formal way of talking about traffic jams. We have this separate sentence, this is better for the environment. I'm going to make that a relative clause, which benefits. So let's take a look at this. Finally, more working at home results in less traffic congestion, which benefits the environment. What I've just done there, taking two sentences, putting them together, making one of them a relative clause, that is an example of more advanced writing. The use of relative clauses, which are a type of subordinate clause. Obviously, not every single sentence should be a complex sentence with a subordinate clause, but some of them creates a more advanced feeling to your writing. Also, there will be less people using public transport, so there is more space for people who really need to use it. Well, first of all, you would have a comma after also, and we've got a missing preposition who really, it needs to come before use, who really need to use it. If you have a verb after need, you need to use the preposition to. Instead of also, I'm going to put additionally. Additionally. Now listen to this. The burden on public transport is reduced. This word burden, a burden is something very, very heavy that you have to carry. But we can use it in this example metaphorically to talk about a kind of a problem. So the burden on public transport is reduced. The work that public transport has to do is less, that we are reducing the burden, the number of people. And then I'm going to add this adverbial, freeing up space for those who have no option but to travel. This phrasal verb, freeing up space, it's creating more space that was being used. And for those who have no option but to travel, to have no option but to do something. This, you can use this with many different verbs. I had no option but to return home after my car crash. I had no option but to buy the product because I had to use it. And then listen to this. This is clearly a win-win situation. A win-win situation is where both sides have an advantage. So people want to work at home because they prefer to, and it's freeing up space on public transport. So it's good, it's an advantage for both sides of the argument. I'm going to keep in summary. In summary, and then I'm going to use first person and I'm going to give an opinion. I believe that working from home, and then it says has many positives for the employee and the employer. So I'm going to use this verb to boast. Usually you will hear the verb boast, somebody who is always saying amazing things about themselves. For example, I earn lots of money. This is somebody who is boasting. There is a synonym which is bragging, to boast and to brag. However, you can use the verb boast when you're talking about the benefits of something. It's a very advanced type of usage, definitely a C2 usage. I believe working from home boasts many advantages for employee and employer alike. So instead of saying for both employee and employer, you can say for employee and employer alike. It means both of them. I am going to use the subordinate clause, although of course not everyone is a fan, to start my next sentence. Although not everyone is a fan, I believe that given the benefits, some form of home office hybrid model is here to stay. So a hybrid, we all know hybrid cars, they are a mixture of electricity and petrol. A hybrid model, this type, means that the employee can work some of the week at home and some of the week in the office. So it's not 100% office based, it's not 100% home based, it's a hybrid model, it's a mixture. Now it's time for me to read the new advanced version one last time and see if I can make any last minute edits. I am going to include this essay in my new PDF ebook, which is a collection of all the advanced essays that I have written on my channel so far. Check the description box of all my videos to see when this is available. The benefits of home working. In the aftermath of the global pandemic, many of us now work from home, at least some of the time. However, this shift away from office-based work is contentious, igniting fierce debate. I really like that. I'm so glad that I could share with you the expression to ignite fierce debate. In this essay, I outlined 3 advantages of the work from home revolution. Firstly, if employees enjoy the option of working from home, they can fulfill personal commitments with greater ease. For example, parents can do the school run and dog lovers can walk their beloved canines. As a result, employees are more content and therefore exhibit greater levels of productivity. If you want to be more formal, especially in a work environment or an essay environment, use content as a synonym of happy. Secondly, if an employee falls ill, they can elect to work from home rather than calling in sick. Consequently, staff absence due to illness is significantly reduced. This presents a huge benefit for companies because, after all, work produced at home with a cough or cold is better than no work at all. I'm going to change a cold. Hopefully you know that in English, when we say a cold, that is the disease which makes you sneeze. I'm going to add in sneeze because we've got a cough and we've got a sneeze. Achoo! So we're talking about 2 equivalent types of thing here. It's better than no work at all. Finally, more working at home results in less traffic congestion, which benefits the environment. Additionally, the burden on public transport is reduced, freeing up space for those who have no option but to travel. This is clearly a win-win situation. In summary, I believe that working from home boasts many advantages for employee and employer alike. Although not everyone is a fan, I believe that, given the benefits, some form of home office hybrid model is here to stay. I've just used believe in the same paragraph, so I'm going to just change that to I feel that. I'm super happy with this finished advanced essay. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like, and if you haven't, why not subscribe to the channel? Another way that you could help me out is by sharing my videos or this channel with your friends and acquaintances who are also learning English. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.